All right, so I'm a little bit late because I was watching GOT7. If you guys don't know, my favorite K-pop group is GOT7, and I was watching their online concert thing because I couldn't go because I couldn't get a ticket. And they're still performing right now, but I promised myself that if I didn't go to their concert, I would catch this DFM game, and I'm going to watch it, obviously. And so even though they're like on their encore, I watched each member perform their solo songs, and like they're doing like group songs now, but I want to watch this game. I really want to watch this game. And so I ended a GOT7. I literally put GOT7 aside today for DFM, but then again, I said that if I went to the concert, then obviously I wouldn't be able to watch this match. But I said if I didn't go to the concert and I was watching from home, I would catch this match, and that's what's happening. So DFM, let's go.
Right, that one ended 13-9. It was a 9-3 first half against DRX's attack, and a lot of it was really just kind of like DRX bypassing or ignoring Foxy9. So we'll see what DFM does, but right now it's Gen G on the attack, and they are happy to hold.
A fast push out, though, from DFM, and this is one of the big differences, right? Going out forward to have a bit more information on A main and have the ability to maybe get a cheeky kill before you call for rotates or anything like that. Get a little bit more audio cues as well. So Art, he's in a dicey situation, but he should be able to pick up on a couple more cues. So Gen G, they're going to cut sound.
He might get timing here, though.
This entire space before. They should check this corner.
Slow walk.
But you still might get one.
Karen's setting up for smokes, possibly down into mid, or at least a fake into B. But there it is, and instantly
he did get one.
Out. Texture went down though, so that is a little bit of firepower lost.
Yeah, but with someone so far ahead, Gen G feeling relatively safe to go ahead with their own recon as well.
Oh, come on, May.
Be a bit more valuable in the post plant than the Jet. May takes a big hit as well, so Gen G's post plant looking pretty solid. They already cleared someone of the flank on mid as well. You still have the tripwire live from Foxy9.
Sheriff picked up as well. Paranoia in towards back to spawn.
Ooh,
and of
May.
course the rest of the team to watch back into heaven. That's May down. Quite a bit of value already for
Damn,
Gen G. Karen with another peek out. Another player down, and this time it's going to be Jen alongside Foxy9, who's continuing to hold the angle. Final shot through. Karen gets it.
Nice try.
It's Gen G with the pistol.
Philosophy they have from last year, and that's a pistol that you need to do that.
Surely. I'm gonna give him a bit of a boost for the rest of the map right now, especially for Abyss, where Gen G doesn't have the greatest track record, but earlier on, you know, it was that dicey position for Art. Gen G read it. They knew how to play against it. This time with the guns playing a little bit more conservative. May with the eager peek out, though, does find a little bit of info.
Yeah, but Gen G has decent information now. They already stepped into B site, and they just noticed different pieces of utility plus the Jet. So there's multiple members on A. Even if it's not a full 5 stack, it is a heavier stack onto that side. The Spike slowly being transported over. Texture just holding to make sure that there's not a counter push out from the B side.
And Texture is the one with a rifle. So I've noticed this a little bit now. Gen G have been coming in with these buys where it's just one hero rifle, the rest of them on upgraded pistols, Foxy9 on the Marshall, and they're looking to bring this effect into the third round, hopefully. But right now, playing it slow and steady. Foxy9 on the lurk mission. Spots out Art. Okay, can't quite find a shot.
Yeah, just gonna wait for
oh my God.
shock dart.
That almost hit him too.
Come back up though, so back up to almost half effective health. But that should give them the signal that mid's been taken over. It's going to be a surround, and now they look to potentially push even further out of the B site if need be. Everybody's on site, looking to get prepared to push out towards the stairs, towards those heaven entryways.
Early 0 point as well, so they kind of know that at least Akami should be nearby. Foxy9 still holding the angle, but not quite landing the shot with the Marshall.
Nice, May.
Okay, not even really.
There you go, Akame. Akame got a munchkin.
As well, the rest of the team continuing to push up front now, but Karen will take the offensive in towards stairs.
And Texture had to watch out, but that's a nice clean second shot.
I mean, Texture has a fucking phantom.
Well, so that should secure the round. And as we noted, only that one rifle buy, so as long as you can keep that Phantom, nothing lost. He's purposely even going to go the other way, just leaving it up to the 2 other members with Sheriffs to finish off the job. And the round secured, rifle carried over. And one of the things that this allows Gen G to do...
There's that full buy right now. All right, still, actually still keeping some light shields in their sides and regen shields as well for Gen G.
Yeah, so not double dipping into the armor, but they'll make sure that they buy, and then they can buy again the next round as well. So Gen G really setting themselves up for an economic snowball here, more so than the game originally perhaps designed.
I know, right? Like maximizing truly all their chances right now, breaking the door just to create a little bit more pressure on the other side, but there is that little march up in towards A.
Art holding another off angle, again, all on his own. Now, he does this a lot when he has the Odin, but with just a rifle in hand, it's going to be enough.
Nice, Art.
Paranoia support, though, from G.
Oh my god, that was such a good smoke from Jinboong.
Art to just hold on. Classic comes out, not just in time.
Oh,
Taken down by Yo-Man. The Desk talked about how he needed to step up, and this might be the round where he starts to wake up for the team. 3 on the board.
Karen off to the
Kame
fences
sees one.
as well. Kame trying to hold
Nice.
his best.
Nice,
Gets
Kame.
the spike down.
Oh, okay.
Yeoman gunned down as
Come
well.
on, Jinboong.
Foxy9. He found the trade,
This
but
is
now
so
the
expensive,
one-on-one
though.
against Jinboong, who he doesn't quite know where Jinboong is just yet.
Yeah, Spike is down though, but Jinboong
Damn.
still distracted
Nice try.
on the Spike side. 1v1, gaining that confidence right off the bat as well. DFM once again on a weaker buy, just Sheriffs and a Marshal in hand. And they are just gonna get skewered by Texture. That's 2 members already lost. And that should be the round gone as well, by all things in theory.
In theory. Well, at least for DFM's side, they will be noted that the Outlaw somewhere towards B may be looking for the challenge. He does have the Marshal. Waits for the smoke to bloom, but Texture takes advantage of that. Karen now sensing for the extra player out towards the B side, calls for the push in towards A. That's the second player down. Shrouded steps into heaven. Oh, Jen's right around the corner.
Yeah, Jin will get 1, but no weapon recovery quite available, so he'll just wait, see if he can maybe creep around, get maybe 1 or 2 more kills. But they aren't going to find out. Oh, does he turn around? Texture, he's ready for it, but he's just waiting. He wants to try to push out. Aside from that, and he eventually says, well, if he's not in heaven, where is he gone? Turns around, and that's a 4K for Texture right at home. Was wondering if there would be an early timeout, but DFM happy to wait until this operator round. If they can make this work, if they can carry it over, they'll have a little bit more breathing room, holding that off angle against the window, and you're basically covering for Jinboong on the site. The Desk talked about Jinboong's ability to weave in and out, dance around that site for DFM, but this time they'll hold far out. It's really more about just keeping that operator protected.
All right, a little bit of a tell. The drone going up and down, making it a little bit difficult as well, but now May is ready. Flash on over though. Texture looking for the opportunity to collapse onto Jinboong. Does get the tag, but not quite the range. Pulls out the blade, and Munchkin will find the kill alongside Foxy9. May still holding the angle far back.
May.
A little bit of a hop up from Texture, but not quite finding anything just yet. The spike planted now on towards the site.
Honestly,
DFM
save
might
here,
have to
bro.
consider save right away. I mean, you still have that operator in hand. You don't have much other util to really set up. You don't have a good line of scrimmage. Yeah, you have to back out because you've already been spotted up in heaven. And that is devastating because despite Jinboong being spotted and dropping down, making it look like, you know, trying to draw all the util towards him onto the site itself, they still sent a deep paranoia all the way up towards heaven. That keeps May at bay, not able to peek out of the smoke on a timing. And Jinboong just gets pinged. He's done for. I mean, he gets tagged by the drone, nowhere to go. Texture even activates the Blaze Storm just to keep him at bay. It's a double swing out, and then the site given over.
And that's the whole round. I mean, just as we mentioned the Desk, right, with Jinboong's ability to play inside of smokes and outside of him to anchor down sight. Art with the Hunter's Fury as well. Right now, a little bit of an aggressive angle in towards A main, doesn't spot anything out. Gen G straight down mid.
Yeah, just absolute mid covers. And they're going to try to potentially trap out the operator as well. They hear it. They know it's trapped. May, you don't have anywhere to go.
Oh my god, Akame.
Akame needs to protect him. They need to find a way out, but there is
There you
no
go, Akame.
exit. It's just Akame fighting for his life.
There you go, Akame.
And that he will do. Not only
fucking
keeping
May.
himself alive, trying to protect May, but now all alone waiting for that backup. Already a 4v2. DFM is here on the site.
No trades found. To try to work their way around the smoke. Munchkin with the shorty at ready. Pushing in, but once again re-smoked.
Yeah, Munchkin just waiting to see if anyone's going to clear.
Come on,
that.
Akame.
A nice timing from Akame. They know where one is. There's a good paranoia. See if there's a
Fuck.
reaction. Yeoman actually gets a nice pick. So DFM,
Jinboong.
reconsider. Art's going back because he's just not sure of the information. But now they hear both guns. Art, you have to come back. Art, you need to be here for your team. Jinboong is just getting
What the fuck?
cornered on the site. And Gen G suddenly flipping this on its head, making it 6-0. Where has the confidence gone from DFM?
That was so DFM's round. What fucking happened?
Had the numbers, but
I almost fear for the rest of this half from DFM because when you start having some lack of confidence, and then you lose a round like that, it can really topple your mental game absolutely down to the ground. But so far, trying to stick together, trying to regroup. DFM, they've shown such good games here on this map. They need to be able to stabilize here on this round.
Just do a 5v5 retake.
Those little second thoughts, second guesses when you start to think too much about your own decisions, but that's when you really got to just hunker down, calm yourselves down, you know, take in those little wins that you get and find that confidence back in slowly bit by bit. Hopefully they'll be able to do just that with Mei right up around the stairs now. Karen, though, quick to smoke it off. Maybe looking to push on through with the null command now. And there
nice,
it is,
Mei.
with the first opening frag. Now continuing to launch the onslaught alongside Jen and the rest of the team. Akame gunned down, but able to pick him back up. Art in with the Hunter Sphere as well.
God damn it, Texture.
Toss in a little bit of distraction, but unfortunately Texture holding on true with the
nice.
outlaw.
There you go, Jim Boom. Nice flank, nice flank.
Now with the Sheriff, and we'll be able to find a little bit of attention.
He got debated there.
Yeoman in with his own Hunter Sphere.
You stick that, Jin. Nice.
Defuse all the way through.
Good job. Nice. Akame's aim is really good right now.
As well. He's the one who's out there getting information, getting the position to set up the
His aim looks really, really sharp right now.
That's sometimes the catalyst that you need for the team. And right now, the call to actually go through A main, holding a bit of a crossfire in this way, dodging the 0 point. Mei will keep himself up.
Yeah, and it just pings only the KO. So making it look like there's been no hop over.
Mei.
Akame doesn't have the trade angle either. Gen G, they now know that the A site has gotten a bit weaker, but they will hold. Trying to see if there's a rotation over. Art, the jump peak is spotted, so you know there's at least one watching mid, but that means one probably still on B. Either, if not, it's all the way through spawn, so it's going to take some time. So Gen G is going to peek the weaker side of A.
At least, though, DFM will have their stars up around the sides, and maybe a chance for Akame to really fend things off. But ooh, look at the quick
Akame got fucking count out with a util in hand, bro. Ah, what the hell?
The site con already, Jen. Not quite able to hold. There it is, the site for Gen G.
Save.
And then just pushing all the way towards backside as well. And this is, I mean, this is what you see when you look at a team like Gen G. They may not be at the very, very top like they were in the middle of the year last year, but you consider the caliber of the players, you consider the caliber of the coaching staff, and they are going to have plays down to the T. They're going to make sure that everything is covered. All right, we take a couple hits in the first couple rounds. It's all right, we still got backup plans. And now DFM, they're going to have to dig even deeper into all the prep they have done to try to figure out this map.
It's the map that they've played so much already. But it is Gen G after all. So much of it, so many of their movements, everything.
Damn, and they didn't even
drilled.
save the guns.
Where the final players possibly could be hiding.
And then they just lock up, and then you're already down in numbers. The round's already gone out of your hands.
It is a very true consideration that we're thinking about right now, but at the very least, no timeouts. It's going to be Mei holding the angle out towards
Mei.
Taking a lot of damage already.
And Gen G, what they're doing is simply, okay, the only thing we need to worry about are these cheeky angles, right? Holding right off around the box. Maybe it's something like a judge or a shorty. Maybe you're holding an off angle. We just need to check for that, and then we're also letting you know, hey, you like to push out to get that A space? Well, we're going to deny it. This time a good response, pushing out of mid at the very least, but they've tried this before too, and Foxy9 has gotten inklings of it. And so right now, with 4 members already here for the execute, Foxy9, not much reason to move away. Still got that trip as well.
Akame.
Now trapped on the side. Catch sight of Jinboom, can't land on his feet. And that is just a slice and dice through the site.
I want to see the timeout. Oh, God.
We need it at this point.
Jen right around the corner, but he's just on the classic, so looking for whatever he can get. Gen G, you know, they have everything surrounded, everything locked down. Art for a bit of a jump peek, but nothing's found either.
Yeah, just trying to set up for a recon here for Mei, but that should be pretty telling. Foxy9 a little bit late to swivel onto that, but either way, they will both survive. A nice peek out from Karon, trying to reclaim his place, letting Gian know that he is the OG rookie controller. And Mei will just have to run for his life. See if he can even make it out. Honestly, you might want to consider dropping and floating through one of these gaps just to see if they find you or not, because they're here. And that should be a drop down, and they find him. No weapons carried over.
you really need to find, you know, a bit of a pause button or something for DFM, some kind of an answer, or at least just to, you know, not worry too much about the mental side of things. Just try and find any tiny little win.
Yeah, so we just saw them 0 point onto B and try to potentially go for a full rotate over to A. They have chosen against it, which I'm happy about, because that's what we saw Gen G do against DRX, and it didn't work out quite very well. But now, just holding a default, going all the way, long way around, all the way over to A. May should arrive just in time. Art, the importance here is to stay alive.
Art also hasn't been able to buy a Odin.
You can start to take more space,
I've noticed
perhaps
that.
in mid, perhaps in B, just get a little bit more information.
Yeah, to stall. But look at how aware Gen G are as well. I mean, they're not fully committing into it, waiting for a little bit more utility just to check and clear. Down to 50 seconds. They saw, I think, the recon as well from the Shadows TP play as well. And that's, you know, a little bit of an attempt to gather info. But okay, Art starts it off with a kill.
Yeah, Paranoia to keep them delayed as well. There's still 3 members here. You only tag 1 close. There's the fragment, but he's still hiding in the smoke. You don't find him. Art's still alive.
Art gets 3 there. Good job, good job. Come on, Jin.
Now holding in the back, but it's with May this time.
Nice. Good job, May.
Alone. And Yeoman stranded on the site. He's gotten quite a few kills, but it won't be enough for this
2
round.
though.
DFM finally get their second round.
2 guns though,
Takes
save
quite
here.
a bit, but a second round.
DFM, if they can get to 4, yeah, there's something that's doable. Obviously, relatively mirror comps, and we've seen exactly how DRX was able to dissect Gen G's defense. Maybe DFM, they can take a page out of that book, but they have to get there first with enough rounds on the board.
4-4-4, get out. Nice! Nice cover, May.
There for the bait. And now that's going to slow down Gen G. This time, the jet being gone means a lot, as they just aren't able to power through with the firepower and the util left on the other side.
So good job for May to really hold that down. Quick on the reaction to protect Art as he tries to escape off of that drone. Off of that, though, now DFM has to make the read, so they're trying to place players out towards mid. Jinbung as well on towards the B side, trying to block off as much as possible. But Gen G, they're getting within range and they're ready to explode onto side again. Off with the flash, and straight in.
Jinbung, he's going to try to hide out. Akame's trying to protect him for as long as possible, but they can't.
Jinbung got 1 though.
Jinbung will only
3v3.
trade for 1, but sight given over again. Even stairs, you have to re-clear. Charon going to peek out on a timing. He goes.
Oh, that's such a wide
swing.
peek.
Welcome to Pacific, Art, and he shuts the retake down. Paranoia goes out for even further delay. The drone tags May. You know both members are here. Yo, man needs to collaborate on a timing, and there is another bait switch this time with Munchkin. It all comes down to May. He wants another round. They need every round they can get. 1v2. May, the swing out.
Damn.
And Yo-Man is on point today.
All pulled out by texture.
Yeah, I mean, they have that Blade Storm, so just making sure that he can wait for a push out. It is that last round and a half. You know DFM is going to get antsy. So he's waiting all the way far out of A main. Meanwhile, during that, the pressure onto mid. Gen G looking so much more fluid than they did against DRX. Putting a lot of pressure, this time back onto A main as well, making it be heard.
Just creating a little bit more of that noise. DFM, they've got those question marks in their head, not quite sure where to really hold, and look at their position so far.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Jinbung.
Jinbung, nice jumping. I was afraid he would just try to run back in to try to take a position. You've already given up the site. You have to make sure that you're ready to play for the retake. You have the Cosmic to buy. You can't
Nice,
go for the risk
Akame.
here. Akame stays alive for now.
Nice,
tries to
Jinbung.
trade off of it. All right, you get the kills.
Oh my god,
You're
Jinbung's
staying
almost
alive.
dead.
Jinbung dances.
Jinbung's
Barely
dead.
Gets nicked right on the ankle by the Hunter's
4v3 here though,
40 seconds
and
with
May is
Cosmic
still
Divide
on
up
A.
as well. That's when Gen G really goes for the full rotation over. It's just May on the A side, sure, but he's holding Heaven on an off angle. Art here,
he only had a stinger
the top
though.
of mid
Oh,
as well.
Jin?
But, okay, gun down. Jin makes it a safe trade. 2-on-1 against May.
Come on, May.
What's gonna happen?
May, he needs to land the first shot. He finds it, not quite able to get the kill. Texture gets by with the Blainstorm, tries to position on top of the site. Spike
Oh, nice, Jin.
Yet, but now it all comes down to Munchkin, and he still needs to plant. He would love to get at least 1 more kill, but he's about to get spotted, and
Nice.
it's too many
Good job.
members. DFM will keep. DFM looking to pressure mid. It's going to be an equal push out from Gen G. Just hiding away with that smoke, purposely keeping it low so it's not spotted easily. There's just not enough members from DFM here. They need
Oh my
to win
God.
their fights, but May landing the first shot just
Oh my
throws away
God.
all the attention.
Oh my God.
The duo of May and GN start to strike back here in the second half.
That was such a good read.
Just holding themselves up by Catwalk. So much spotted out. The shots connecting as well. Just Munchkin left. 1 on 5. Munchkin.
Well, he'll just bank on the fact that it might be A, and if it's not, we'll see what his choice is.
Yeah, get away with a kill or two. Find the alt orbs. Maybe try not to give too much away to DFM.
I'm just taking this time to discuss things a little bit as well, it seems, but he is just going to creep forward. If he can get a kill, like you said, he'll get a point or two towards that null command, but if not, happy to go down to the spike.
DFM, though, they note their numbers advantage, and they're playing it tight. They're pushing all the way into defender side spawn. They spot nothing, so they kind of know. Maybe he's mid. Maybe he's coming all the way back through attacker spawn. Oh, he saw Jian.
Yeah, GN looks like he's going to get caught out right there near the end, and DFM says that's fine. We'll be able to save our lives going over. May just wondering if it's going to re-peek back out to mid, but Munchkin goes down to the spike. DFM now just a scouting over by A. Oh, a deep smoke out with the recon as well, but it tags all three, so that's a lot of information from Akame. Tries to spam against the Ultor, but they'll happily give that up.
Yeah, Marshall shot fired off as well, so they're kind of aware, not wanting to challenge it too much. None of them have shields after all, so Genji playing it safe back towards the A site. A couple holding inside of B Link as well, while DFM continues to explore.
So after the 3 tagged on A, they send 1 back over to B, try to make that a heavy site, and they're actually going to start to push out, see if they can find a timing. Jinbun gets a sniff of it. Something tells him something is off. Now he will just hold at bay, puts up a smoke, but obviously that's a fake. Genji knows that now, so the 2 members on A side, do they play close or do they try to play for their lives? Looks like they're just going to
I wish they had a fucking sentinel right now.
As long as possible, wait for that flank to come through.
Still though, Jinbun still very much within range of footsteps, so it's gonna have to be quite careful. The rest is Genji just trying to hold as much as possible. Yeoman looking for maybe some kind of attack.
He knows that there's at least one.
Nothing quite found. Art will be able to evade it.
Oh!
Close enough to get the spike down. Akame in with the first Marshall shot.
Oh, let's go Akame! Let's go Akame! Let's go Akame! Not Akame, Akame!
To start pushing back all the way out towards defender spawn, but Akame lands the first shots, and it's okay if Jinbun goes down, only had that sheriff in hand. If it ends like this, very, very clean anti-eco with all of their upgrades being carried over. 3 rifles and a Marshall in hand.
That could be really effective for the upcoming rounds as well. Just Karen continuing to jiggle.
Good job, May.
Spotted out by May. Clean and simple.
May's 2 away from ult here.
Eliminating the entire flank.
DFM wanting to make sure they absolutely control mid first before they start to work the map.
True that. Still back into it. A little bit of a spam in towards A though, just in case with the smoke that far up front. So just to check. Not Genji not quite giving out too many reactions just yet.
Yeah, but an early drone as well to make it really look like DFM has pushed, started to creep up mid. So Genji, they need this information. You constantly see Karon jump peeking in mid to see, okay, when's the timing? Is it a pinch on to B? Do we have to push out from somewhere? Keeping Genji under wraps. The one-way comes out on A. That will give them a little bit more time to work with. But DFM, they might even use this to play it as a fake. Just continue to put that pressure over by the A side.
Yeah, still trying to keep Genji interested. Texture, though, really holding the angle outside of B. Main spots nothing out, so down to 40 seconds now. Genji are starting to think, like, are they towards mid? Are they towards A? Because we're not seeing anything around B.
Oh, I love this from DFM. So you take the orb, and then you just make no sound. Make it look like you're just going to rotate out by putting fake pressure onto A, and it works perfectly. Even though they tagged May, he just backs out quietly as if he's the only one here. And now with the recon coming in, you have to empty the site.
Oh, and look at that smoke out towards A heaven as well. It just blocks so much of it off. The only thing that Genji can play now is from spawn, from security, and that's not good enough.
This is good from DFM, really, really good.
Down for DFM.
May holding close. He loves that spot. Already has quite a few highlights on it just from this tournament. You still have Jinbeng over by Vents as well. The first mission is going to be May.
May missed though.
The slow creep out.
Okay.
Art's ready on the other side. They still have
Jin.
full flash against Gian. Shuts him down, and Munchkin just leading the charge for Gen G.
Damn it.
The spam comes through.
It was good, but May missed.
Gen G will go up to 10. 3 angles you would need to cover. So just going in with contact, checking left and checking right. And that's how they catch May off guard.
Yeah, playing it safe and tight with the rest of the team. Typical Gen G style. Very strong on the retake, and now DFM has to kind of work their way across the map once again. Nothing outside of A. It's been smoked off. Full bunched up all up towards B.
So A just being emptied out. They have the tripwires just to check how deep the enemies come through.
Oh.
Now drone goes deep. Texture, they know that he's trapped, but who else is on the site? Well, Munchkin down. No bodyguard for Texture. Here comes the flying drone in May with the blades out. He wants to kill, but Texture shuts him down. The attack already slowed down. Texture trying to spade through. He gets out as well, and the spike still yet to be delivered onto the site. 2 members guarding each other in Gen G. Texture on for 3. Can he get the 4th? No, well, Karen's already gonna go for it. Jinbeng shuts down Texture,
Come on, Jinbeng.
but it's only Jinbeng left who makes it a 1v2.
He was stuck all the way towards the back lines, and with that, he was able to find Texture, who was hunting for kills. Spots out the next player as well. 2-on-1, though, and Yeoman's right up from behind, undetected. So there is a chance at thwarting Jinbeng on towards that spike plant. Karen keeping himself tucked away as well.
This is tough because you do have to just go for the plant. It's just too much distance for you to cover to try to get a kill first.
He knows,
needs to try
though.
to isolate the 1v1s. He has no idea that Yeoman's already through. The timing from Yeoman.
Jinbeng's timing on this game is not good.
Yeah, I thought about it. No
His
idea.
timing is not good.
I wonder if Karen actually made a slight bit of movement. So it just bears noting that DFM does need a lot more information to work off of. But right now,
they know.
But unfortunately, Spam's not quite found. Texture finds a shot through to May instead.
Well, a little bit of their own medicine against DFM. They were doing this a lot to Paper X yesterday. GN. Criminal in mid as Akame gets a nice answer back. Art as well.
What the fuck? How are they winning this?
Perhaps underestimating their opponents, just expecting them to shy away from the fight.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to pay the price for it now. It's 2-on-4. Jin maybe down to mid HP, but it's not the worst thing in the world for DFM, and they will continue to scout and check things out with that drone.
Please check main, please check main, please check man.
Yeah, he knows he just has to fight it, so he's going to hold a further out off angle, waits for both targets.
God damn it.
He's nice and calm, good for 3, a triple for Karon.
Come on.
A 1v1 setup for Foxy9. The timing, he hears the footsteps, and that's all he needs for the confidence to drop down. And I love that he purposely hides deeper into the corner as well, just making sure he can find more than one target, because that's what he needed. And that is going to bring this to 12-5. 7 chances for Gen G, everything in the world, but DFM, everything now on the line. There comes the ultimate, trying to find a target.
Oh, got Foxy9.
Onto Foxy9. That's all the Cypher Yuta also taken down. Cosmic Divide, Karon, he jumps above it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, May got an inkling of it, maybe heard it right at the end.
May, you scare me there.
Around the smoke. I mean, that is where May would like to be as well, to hold off the angle in towards spawn. But now that the smokes have gone off, he's going to get off of it and in towards a safe position right underneath Heaven to check for the angles.
And they tried to go for contact again. Gravity Well comes out, and this time DFM is ready for it.
Nice, Jin.
Angle. So DFM keeping track of what has worked for Gen G, but can they do it 6 more times in a row is the big question.
Yeah, this round was, quite a bit of a paced play. They had the Cosmic Divide, they had the smokes, they had the Hunter's Fury to allow them to get into sight. And of course, May as well, who was so quick to get himself perched up top on the boxes.
See what you can do in this one with the just 1 rifle on Yeoman. Lane Storm will be used right away, so that gives a little bit more firepower for Gen G to work with.
Okay, mid smoked off as well.
So Gen G, they just want to make sure that they keep some control of mid. That way they can rotate a bit faster and they don't have to rely on a complete gamble stack early on without too much information. Obviously coming in with just pistols, they want to try to hold on to their util until they need to fight. So they will just keep Yeoman for a little bit more information. He needs to keep a good timer on that smoke.
Revealing area.
Dart comes out from very close. Yeah, Art should know that that's coming straight out of vent.
Immediately drones, so that is a little bit of a tell for Yeoman as well.
Yeah, but there's no one looking to trade for Yeoman. So DFM, they will continue to creep back up. Yeoman, if he can find a good timing, if he can find that kill, he can't quite get it. He has to shy away, but that means B-site now in danger. There's the no command, everything offline. Foxy9 just waiting on timing. He's been shut down, he's been pushed back with that fragment, and that leaves Karon all alone. Sheriff in hand, perfect.
Oh my God, how did he get a comment?
May still trying to recover things for his team, but the revives
fuck?
won't come through in time. Foxy9 strikes from the side, and this might be how it ends. Akame still down. Spike now recovered. They want to try to get something going. May set up for the kill, but May, can he stay alive long enough? No, it is Texture who finishes it, but it starts with Karon, a headshot in the smoke. They continue to prove it again in 2025 that it continues to be a home ground for them. DFM, they've had a little bit of time to study it.
Gen G, though, they've shown that they do know how to deal with the Vice as well, playing that game against RQ, so we shall see what does happen. DFM starting things out on the attack. Not a lot of presence towards Rubble, so DFM looking to at least take up a bit of that space.
They already have control of B main as well, so push comes to shove, a rotation through that blue room. They're already pinging it, just making sure that they keep their eyes set in case there's a push, a pinch out.
That could very well give them the sight, unless Yeoman finds a pick. He's playing right around the corner. Art setting up the smokes.
Yeah, it's just going to be a flood into that B site. The talk screen comes up, but obviously coming in through Baby Door, it's going to negate some of that delay. The Haunt gets destroyed immediately. Yeoman just has to make sure that no one's actually pushing through on Waterfall. Curious to see if Texture's going to try to do a door play or if he's going to group up. It looks like he wants to go potentially all the way around and then eventually tap the door.
Okay, that does take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, the main forces all around the site itself. A little bit from heaven, a little bit from the straight up angles. The paint shells to block off Gen G. Yeoman tries to get ahead. He has to jump ahead, but takes a lot of damage in that process.
Ooh, nice, Jin.
Alongside Jin will be able to collect on those frags. Texture now up from behind, has the doors up and opened, finds at least a pick, but Karon
Nice,
not
Akame.
landing the flick down to just Texture.
Good
Pushes out
job.
the smoke. Yeah, really good read and call to be able to make that play happen in towards the B site. But next round coming up, they are buying up pretty much in full. Marshall, Gen on the Ghost. So playing a little bit conservative, looking to see if Gen G does push out. Gen G just spamming through the smokes up towards A main.
Again, full B main control as well from DFM, so that seems to be the crux of things. There's the arc goes through the wall just to make sure that they don't get hit by a crazy trap play. But Gen G this time, they're the ones who are eventually going to get all the rest of Rubble for free.
So that's a lot of info, but it's a lot of pressure for Foxy9 as well.
Yeah, he just has to kind of delay with the first kill here. He just has to hide out in the smoke. Doesn't have much of an option anymore.
Send it.
Smoke comes back out. A lot of smokes coming through. Okay, that boombot gets you a decent amount of information. You don't really have anywhere else to turn, though. They will just try to fake it out towards B, just stop any sort of pressure. Art, you have the spike. You have to watch out not to get picked off. Only 40 seconds left. DFM, you do not have good control of this map right now. You have to land the shots.
They have to barrel through. That's the only way. Texture alongside Yeoman right along the back, nipping at their heels. They try to spam through the smokes to find as much as they can. There
Fucking
it
go.
is. Finally getting a kill, but also blast packing the site a little bit off. Still not too bad. Managing to go in safe. Munchkin right around the corner.
Yeah, timing. Munchkin actually finds it for himself. Eventually gets traded, but Karon's there straight back. Jinbun still keeping everything alive on the site. And Akame, he can't quite finish it.
That was
but
expensive,
Jinbun will
though.
get 3 on the board, so what looked like it might end up dicey at space. And then you've already run out of options on B main, your util being spent there as well. So that's something that TFM have to consider a bit more carefully in the future. Not having as much passive info to check if anyone's fully pushed out of A Rubble.
Okay. Prowler out from Gen G as well. Not really spotting. Oh, almost caught in the reload. Yeoman out for the swing. Saves Texture's life.
Yeah, and May a little too fixated on what felt like it might be a free kill on Texture. Eventually goes down. Without the raise here, this bonus round looking a little bit dicier. They don't have all guns bought up because of the guns lost earlier. Razor Vine not quite getting deleted, but Yeoman will step away from it. That's a double
Oh, this is
up.
not
It's a
good. This is bad.
Crossfire. The
This is
reload
really
comes through,
bad.
But Texture still has bullets left in his. And that's a triple for Texture. Showstopper online. A flawless here would let Gen G get right back into the swing of things.
At least take one gun away, possibly. But it's tough on just the Ghost Munchkin. Sniffing right up from behind, spots him out, and there it is.
As they saw Astra buffed, that's where they switched over. Obviously, they're still retooling things a little bit.
There's the art,
Some of the
Odin.
core patches. But I gotta imagine that Gen G might have some good internal notes about how this composition tends to operate.
I am inclined to agree. They are quite experienced with, you know, at least running that, or if not, their own double controller with the Viper as well. Right now, just controlling Rubble and funneling DFM off towards other parts of the map.
So Rubble completely under control of Gen G again. DFM has to fight back there at some point. If it's not at the start of the round, you have to at least push them back, because right now, I mean, just watching, hey, Prowler came out, that doesn't really help you because that's more information for Gen G. Look at the rotations coming through.
Yeah, Munchkin jumping on the boxes does spot them out by quite a bit. So Showstopper from Texture. Oh, and he gets at least one. Akame will make it a trade,
though.
Spike on the ground, they can still pick it up. DFM just thinking about maybe regressing into the A site now that the Raze is gone.
Yeah, but now that GN does have at least Rubble, you know the Omen's not here, and the Raze, because they rotated over, the A site usually not going to be a stack. You kept so much attention on B and C that it should be the weaker site. The timing is there for DFM, but can they get through Yeoman? He's been on fire so far today. Gets spotted by the Prowler, wants to reposition. Oh, it's going to be Charon arriving just in time for backup from above. Yeoman trying to slice the angles, waiting for Charon to fight. Yeoman with another wallbang. He's trying to get the second one, and it's just going to be an absolute shutdown on A. Confident than he ever has this kickoff. None of the self-doubt there anymore, and DFM this time finally sending Art forward with that smoke, not trying to get pinged by the Haunt. They'll fight here on Rubble.
I am all for it. A little bit of it. Thorns on the side, but not quite finding too much either. Still continuing to spam on through. Gen G will be able to pick up on the 2 kills now. The Prowler sent over as well. Yeoman continuing to spam and spray through the toxic screen. Just nothing found from DFM. They're all caught in the crossfire.
God.
The flawless for Gen G picked up. Definitely feeling a lot more confident. 6 kills right now on the board. Oh, okay, but here comes that Odin spam from Art on this Omen. Doesn't really throw out too much, just a little bit of.
Oh my God, are they gonna expect a 3-person fucking push though?
On towards C. May is holding close and tight, but here comes the burst. 2 kills already.
Good job, May.
DFM was ready. They read this through. It's a bounce out, but still there's the trade just in time.
Oh, nice.
Swing. Akame cutting off any rotations. They're even gonna check close. Yeoman is spotted. Tries to get a timing.
Don't go there.
Right at the end, and they say, you know what? We don't even have to fight it. He's caught. Let's make sure we plant safe and get the positions we want.
Yeah, we're good. Let's get it. Force him to fight against us. A little bit tougher for Yeoman for sure.
They have been saving the shear wall every time for the post plant, and it's a very strong tool in the post plant. But some of these rounds, it looks like it might get dicey if they just kind of lose track of timings for that passive info. But for now, a good read on the push out from C, right? Odin on A, make them check out of C, and they wait for it. It's a good trap.
One that definitely allows them to even out the score. Yeoman, yeah, he's got a lot right now in the bank. Just trying to find anything. Picks up the operator. Okay, nice.
Yeah, just gonna look to keep that, it looks like.
Ooh.
Wow,
that's actually,
yeah, I mean, that's actually... So he sends the Haunt out so he doesn't get shot on the jump.
And then
that's, I mean, okay. Wow, that...
It's really small. He doesn't like, it's not too flashy, doesn't get killed, but it's pretty sick.
DFM looking to pressure a B. So Gen G stopping to fight Rubble. They want to take space elsewhere, and this time it's an all-out brawl. Gen G comes out on top. Munchkin barely escaping with his life. Yeoman is there close, and DFM will slow things down.
I thought I heard the flash, but somehow, well, Gen G comes out of the fight with the advantage. Now onto the other parts of the map. Texture is just posted up and ready to truly receive them. There's the first one. Blast back's away. Good shot from Art.
Good
to
job,
really
Art.
take him down. Spike still on his side, but unfortunately, as soon as the curtain falls, Munchkin
It's all on Art now.
lands the perfect tap. Just down to Art.
Art will just try to make his way all the way over to the A side. He wants to run as fast as possible. Just gonna go for the plant. Get whatever he can. Ideally, sure, you try to find maybe one more fight, 1v1, but he doesn't have the leisure for that. Prowler checks, he's in back of sight. Yeah, no time for trickery. You just gotta fight. He thinks a little bit too much, and Foxy9 will arrive to receive another kill.
And it's really tough, right? I mean, 1-on-3, just really no room to escape to. It's a little bit unfortunate, but that's it. Still
For DFM as they complete the full circle. And now online alarm bot there to help with the escape.
okay. So they're kind of just sacking the other parts of the map. Prowler, Jen still trying to hold, while the rest of DFM try to aggress straight in towards the C site. It's just the op here, and if that's what they've read, it would be good. But Texture sharp on the flick.
What the hell?
And you know exactly when the call came through that they were going to lower that poison cloud, because that's when he switches his sights over to the middle of the smoke to make sure he's ready to flick either way. And now you know if there's a rotate, there's a crossfire. Munchkin spots one. There should be the swing out. There's Foxy9. The paranoia, but Foxy9 is not hit.
Oh my god.
GN, you've been tagged for a long time. You might be able to get one kill, but it's just not enough.
Man, just
Jesus Christ.
it is so insane.
Gen G is just too good together.
That's right. They still are those heroes. They're still very much in the fight. Texture now on the op. Pushing through the door. On with the Prowler as well. Nothing spotted though, but oh, he spotted the cape, and there it is. Art sniped down.
This is so bad.
The pit this time. So the operator constantly, that's another new position that they've used. This time very aggressive past the door. And now you have a trap play. Foxy9's gonna wait. He's gonna get the tag. And then there's going to be a paranoia. The Prowler checks close, so the paranoia has to get used early, but Foxy9 will still capitalize on that value.
Being able to TP back as well, Karon. I mean, they're getting away for free with some of these kills. Pit up towards B, so that's not quite the option that they're looking for. DFM now just scratching their heads, looking for anything possible.
It's going to be a smoke. Trying to push through, but the alarm bot and the poison cloud together, you know that there's no information for you on B, and you've already given up all of A, so you got to imagine at some point now the numbers also not quite favoring you. They look like it's going to be an all-out jump out. Okay, the Hawk does wonders, but Foxy9 is going to be the actual wonder kid, shuts things down.
Said about this Gen G squad.
All right, DFM, you have had your ults for all of you have had your ults for a while. Use them this round.
I mean, it's always these rounds where it's just an opening op shot from Texture, pushing on somewhere on the map or holding, and off of the initial kill, DFM doesn't have much control on the other parts. That's when Gen G starts to push up and set up a bit of a trap play.
Third round with all ults online for DFM. None of them used yet. That just means that they haven't even been able to set up, and it takes them too long. They're just not as fluid from further out. They need to creep up to the line of scrimmage, and Gen G is not allowing that. Rumble, again, completely pushed out. Prowler all the way through, and then it's a reset onto B. C-side is your only option. C's used, and now a creep through.
Kind of just want a full send, and that's what they're looking to do. A little bit of a creep up, just letting Art be the first one in with a spike. Foxy9 and everyone else have already backed off, but at the same time, Gen G has the ults to kind of go in for the retake.
Oh, the showstopper trying to send it all the way to the deep end, but the spike already gets planted. It's a double.
Good job, May.
We've got some good showstoppers in Pacific, but it's not over just yet.
Oh my god, Jinboom is just whiffing over here.
To a 3v3, Munchkin, operator in hand, but the lockdown, it should find value. It should push everyone into the corners. Right now, the ping's coming down from Gen G. They know exactly where to look. Munchkin's gonna look far out. He gets one. Karon clears out the other end. Art staying alive with 7 HP, and it's just not lucky enough.
Oh my god.
7 is such a good number, but no.
4 ultimates used. Sure, you trade
4 ultimate used,
but you're the
not a win.
Right now.
And that's what's sad.
Rubble, you're giving it a little bit. But still some information on Gen G's side, no reason to rotate, and because of that, a push out from C-Mound. If you don't have Meteor, use Texture. He pushes out with the operator. That side of the map is now gone.
Not so much being held by Gen.G.
Okay.
Munchkin tries to get ahead. Yeoman makes use of that to spray him down. Takes down Art. That's the one of the controllers gone. Foxy9 comes back to refill the space and finds Jinpeng.
Oh, it's so fast from Foxy9 as well. The backup, it's getting faster and faster. GN with a trade, spots Karon. Karon resets the fight and wins it. Akame now alone. Catches sight of Karon, but it's too dangerous to go up to the spike just yet. 50 seconds. He can reset. He can make things calm just a little bit.
He does have 40 seconds to work off of. Spike somewhere behind the wall, so he's able to still pick that up. Just to make sure not to cross on over.
And Gen.G, they'll just hold. Getting curious, the timing, but texture in place. Still remain at the top as Gen.G move forward to
This is not looking good at all.
So far, DFM not allowed to breathe truly at all. And once again, back into its rubble. I mean, trying as much as possible to get just a bit of space. A Haunt, a Razorvine, but it's all being shut down.
It's a
Here
hard
comes
read.
Texture.
Yeah, they're all the way through with the paranoia. They've absolutely ditched the C site. They just want to finish this first half here on Rubble.
Me?
But DFM, they're ready for it. They've reset the fight. They've repositioned. The spread is good. And they'll slow things down finally.
This gives them the breathing space that they need. Prowler to check and clear around the corners. Gen.G will try to play on the numbers just to regroup around C. Uh-oh.
Jinboom.
Foxy9. No real reason to push out that far out with everyone coming, but hey, you get the kill. It's even better. And then there's nobody here. So DFM, because of that push out, but it does make them wonder, oh, do we have to go somewhere else? Because if Foxy9 is pushing that far out, does that mean they're still holding on A, waiting for us to get pushed in? Maybe we have to go to B. And Gen.G, they can now continue to circle together.
It's all down to a little bit of timing as well. Gen.G is moving a lot more steadily. DFM already on towards the A side, but they're doing so much just to check and make sure that there isn't a single ninja on the side hiding anywhere. So they managed to clear that out. They got the spike down. Razorvine in place. Akame to watch tree.
DFM, they really need this round. They gotta pick their angles carefully and just hold. They can't start second-guessing themselves non-stop. Arcro's set up for a trade on the site itself, but Akame, can he stay alive on tree? The Prowler comes through. He needs to get the first fight. He does it. Now the angles have opened up. Mei and Jinbung, they each need to win their fight. Mei's already been spotted. He needs to swing out. He gets one. Jinbung trying to go for the trade. The Pain Shell's trying to stop the defuse, but it doesn't quite go over the corner.
Oh, there we go.
And the spray through the box.
But at the same time, it is
Jinbung just,
or
not Jinbung. That wasn't Jinbung, that was Jin. I'm so used to Jinbung playing
of DFM right now.
Fucking Astra because of the last map. My bad. That was Jin. That timing was really bad.
Given how things were looking, you'll take it. But we do have to recognize that that was.
I feel like anytime you play Astra, you just get timinged, bro.
So DFM, it remains to be seen if that will be the last halftime for DFM this kickoff before we see them again in stage 1. Just waiting, not fighting Rubble, but it is a quick push out of C. They did have the Sherwell already set up. So a little bit of a double up on the value, but either way, map space taken over. Good jump peek, trying the bait and switch for Mei. Not gonna get the kill, but lands a little bit of scratch onto texture.
That's good.
Could be a little bit as well, not too bad. Jin in with the gravity while just around the other end of tree to continue to hold, but whoa.
You get hit.
All the way through.
Nice, Akame.
Akame holding against Foxy9. That's huge. Now you know the options much more limited. Art has pushed out very far, but that will be the early signal for a fast rotate if needed. They're coming. Art makes the call. Lots of footsteps heard. He needs to get more than one. He only gets one, but lots of damage done. Delays them far enough. Munchkin, meanwhile, still toying with them with all the utility, the toxins, the reset.
They knew though. Good job, Jinboom.
So numbers advantage for DFM.
Ame's so low.
A lot better now just to hold the angle. Shearwall comes up. No escape.
Nice. Good job, boys.
Will be able to tag them down with the Sheriff. Definitely had a lot more success from before, but right now maybe starting things a little bit better in the second half. They do have that setup once again out towards Rubble, Vi's utility out towards C, Shearwall towards B with Art on a judge.
Texture noted, only one Sheriff heard. DFM, they don't want to get timing.
Oh, we saw the head.
So they will just plant the judge for now.
Also, is Gen.G continuing to bait out some of these utilities and gathering information for the upcoming rounds too. Stars to come back up from Gen just to reinforce sites even further.
Hey, there was no one spotted outside of C Mount, so DFM, I'd love to see them rotate a little bit faster, especially as you see that toxic screen come back up. You still have delay util over on C, and May goes down. That's the site opened up. Nobody here for backup. Gen.G, not full information just yet. They will continue to explore with 35 seconds on the clock.
Alright, take out your fucking judge.
Look at Munchkin.
Oh, he hears him.
Oh my god.
Gets some damage in, distracts him, not able to fill that A site. And during all of that, Foxy9 with a deep lurk all the way around. So this may have done wonders for Munchkin just to try to make them think about someone coming in from B Heaven. But it's a far range kill for Foxy9. DFM, not much time to work with.
Long range on the Classic, and because of time as well, Gen.G just needs to wait and bait even longer. In with the Snakebite to fend them off. Paint shells at the ready as well.
Yeah, just gonna throw it on a timing, and now they have everything lined up. Ready to just spam down, and the Nano Swarm.
Second
DFM,
one.
They can't even approach the spike. There's no chance for a defuse, and you
my
will
god,
just
there's
have
no way.
to run away.
Oh my god. This was not meant to be. DFM had the pistol, but Gen.G just plays it so darn well.
I mean, that was just, they used the entire map as well with the deep lurk. And now May forced onto a hero Bulldog. Not the most glorious of weapons. We'll see if he can make it work. Foxy9 gonna get a clean shot onto Akame with the Outlaw. That weakens up that C site. Now Akame trying to make it look like it's just a push far out to get info. We'll see if it works to set up May as he's planted just deep in the site.
It's gonna have to be quite a bit from May though. Still trying to hold out behind the boxes. Does have the boombot if he hears footsteps.
Oh, and Gen.G, they're a step ahead of it, right? It could be a fast rotate over because we're going to start to creep in. We still see nobody. It could be a rotation. And Foxy9 is going to continue to get more kills. And Munchkin's even here to cover for him just in case.
Oh my god.
The perfect read from Munchkin. The IGL of Gen.G is back. And now the spike can begin its move across the map as Foxy9 will get a triple.
Okay, a little bit of a buy up. The Odin on the side of Art, trying to spam on through.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. On the other end. What in the world? Just crouched and spammed.
It's the crouch and spray for me, bro.
Kill streaks to Valorant. What in the world is that?
Kill streaks.
He's just a slow little walking tank. I mean, normally I would say that would break someone's mental. Gen.G is up by quite a lot, so I don't think it will just yet, but that is frustrating to play against, and I highly encourage the Odin, and I still think that looks annoying.
But hey, I mean, at this point, DFM, you know, take what you can get.
Nice,
now
Akame.
that's another kill for Akame. Gen
Nice.
down to block off the B site. The spike's on the ground. It's just Yeoman.
Look at Art.
I mean, look at Art and Jinbung, the Odin up top.
Jesus
Oh, now
Christ.
he's a turret. Oh, he's just the ever-transforming kill streak of DFM.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're bringing joy to some people. Maybe not the likes of Achilles, but hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for watching stuff like this.
Hell yeah. It takes skill, okay? 6 to 10 now. Gen.G tries to get ahead. Odin's all the way across the map.
Now the push out alongside the Odin from C. So this time it is a full push out and then just delay with the Razor Vines. You've got the shear wall on B. They've completely emptied it. The smoke to try to deny any advance, and the door opens up. Foxy9, are they ready for it? There's two in the smoke. DFM, you cannot get curious. Oh, that's a timing, and Jinbung's ready for it. It's a quick trade by Foxy9.
You should run.
1-to-1. Oh, but the lockdown, and that could be a bit of a fake as well. The rest of Gen.G is still something, or at least
I'm dying.
the B site, where DFM's gonna have to respect it.
Yeah, they see nobody pushing out of blue room, so they consider it safe in the last couple seconds. Boombot sent to make sure there's no push out from heaven as well.
All the positions noted too. Meanwhile, Art, okay, tried to reposition, but spotted out by Karen.
Yeah, but now they know that Karen is at Rubble, so that's something that Jinbung will have to take care of. Akame, meanwhile, gets a kill on the site itself. Now,
Oh, they saw him leave.
continuing through, they push him out, so now all eyes onto Blue Room. Yo, man, he's been so good today. Dodges the paint shells, ready for the second
God.
kill. Holds on to the flank.
Kill
So
him!
quick to react with Maze Peak now down towards Karn. Spots out the Odin. It kind of knows exactly where to look. One inside of blue, and that's Foxy9. Okay, slight whiff on it, but Karn comes back in to stabilize. Gen G off the round will pick up the win. Fortunately for them, I think one of the crucial kills was Yeoman being able to take down May in that fashion. Now a quick little blast pack from Texture down into Rubble. Gen G looking to fight.
The paint shells were used as well by May, but not going to take out Texture. And now Rubble, so far in control of Gen G.
A little B main presence as well from Gen G, slowly pushing up front to check and clear. It's just Gen to hold with the linear angle. Utility trade still with the Prowlers.
Now this time it's a double swing. Munchkin continuing to double up. Buddy system with Foxy9. The site is free. And that's a push out from DFM. As long as Gen G can survive here on Rubble, but the spike is dropped. Texture knows he's on a mission. He has to run. They have B site.
He got hit.
He is tagged, so no audio. Just full faith, sending it to the site.
Damn it.
Foxy9 will protect him, but are they aware of May? Oh, they're just going to go all the way around. All right, you know what? The wraparound from C has come. We've deleted it. And now onto the site.
Look at Munchkin.
Munchkin's in their spawn.
Munchkin's waiting in spawn. And once he knows on a timing that there is no wraparound, they should have a better inkling of where they're coming from. You still have the alarm bot as well. The position of Foxy9 is just too good right now.
Oh, this is so much information. Foxy9 is quite prepared. It is May, though, so if May can find that one-on-one, it could spell a little bit better for DFM.
I think if May gets Munchkin here.
Uh-oh. Munchkin waiting for it, wins the fight against May. Alarm bot spots the rest coming in from C-Mound, and Gen G have their eyes set on towards match point. Texture
Save
getting
here,
stunned
bro.
up, but there is simply no entry, and DFM will have to swallow their tears as they save while they give up match point.
I do hope that they are happy tears, though. I mean, they have had quite the journey, taking down Paper X and everything, but right now this Gen G just looks too darn good.
Figure out the answer.
A little bit unfortunate, but right now, straight into it. Gen G looking to finish. Cool blast
That timing.
straight to the side. Munchkin for the trade. Snake bites to hold them off. Spike goes down.
And there's the haunt going through. That keeps him tied up. Paranoia at the ready. We're going to send
This
the
is a
snake bite as
GG
well.
moment
Karen
right
just
here.
pushes out on his own. Now 30 HP. He just acts as a scout. Meanwhile, we do have our coming in. It's going to be a shutdown. And Gen G, just like that,
That was
will
quick.
stand back up and remain here in VCT Pacific Kickoff. Paying his aim. Munchkin, some hard reads against DFM. And Texture, I mean, he's still getting the 4Ks as well. I think everyone fulfilling the roles that you expected them to when this roster was rebuilt coming into 2025. And a big round of applause to DFM as they exit Kickoff 2025. It might not be the finish they had hoped for after some of the successes, but boy, is it a massive improvement, and it leaves hope for the rest of the year.
Oh, I can't wait. I couldn't agree more. I mean, they're just looking better and better, you know, and also, you know, some fun hijinks at times with the Odin. I mean, with a purpose as well, but down to it all at the end, once again, it is Gen.
Ugh. Am I sad? Yes. But at the same time, one, it's Gen G, right? Two, DFM can say that they took out Paper X, which is like a big giant in VCT Pacific in general. And so overall, though, now that they're out of Kickoff, I'm very, very happy with the way DFM played for Kickoff, because that means that they still like have that time to prepare for stage one, and I'm excited to see what they have prepared for stage one. So I'm gonna go cry in a corner real quick. Woohoo. All right.